Hey folks, John Sinclair here. Here's another 7-minute morning for you. Today we're going to focus on some movement patterns for strength, and we're going to use the Hyperwear SandBell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select a SandBell today. I think I might start with a 10 pound. Okay, so you can select what size SandBell that you want, and we're going to do all our movements loaded with the SandBell today. So let's start with a little bit of loaded mobility. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a long stride here. I'm going to take the SandBell in my hands. I'm going to drive it straight up towards the ceiling. Get a nice long stretch in through this back leg. This is a great one. A lot of people don't think about using load for mobility, but one of the benefits of using load for mobility is that it stimulates the mechanoreceptors in the tissues to stimulate us being long under load. So as I drive this overhead, I'm just going to now start to rock my hip forward and get a little bit of elastic stretch under load. Okay, so I'm stretching out the front of the hip, but I'm also getting some length in the Achilles here, and then I'm going to the other side. So long through the hip, drive this overhead. Let's do some presses first. Okay, and then holding it overhead, a little bouncy stretch. Okay, next one we're going to do is just a hinge pattern. The SandBell out in front of you, feet are going to be shoulder width apart. Just drive your hips back and let that pull you into a nice long stretch into the hamstrings, holding that SandBell between your knees and come back up. Now if you don't have a SandBell, you use a medicine ball, you use a light dumbbell. Today, everything we're going to do is going to have a little load to it. Okay, going to this side. So you can see what I'm doing here, letting that pull me down, coming back up. Little hinge motion. Okay, and the last mobility, loaded mobility drill we're going to do is going to be a halo. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to bring it around my head and off to my opposite shoulder. Shift to my opposite shoulder. Now, if you go onto our app, we have 4 different SandBell programs that are built around using this tool by the company Hyperwear. And I've been using these for 15 years now. They are a staple in my program for my clients. It's the perfect tool to have in your home gym, or if you're starting a home gym, this would be one of the first things I would start with because of the massive amount of utility that we can get in moving with load. Okay, so there's our couple mobility drills. Let's move into some little micro movements here with a squat and a press. So we're going to squat, and then we're going to press vertical for 5 reps. Okay, and then we're going to go 5 going forward. Okay, and then we're going to go 5 to the side here. Turn and press. Turn and press. And we're going to go 5 this way, turn and press. Okay, now we're going to do a hinge, drop, and catch. So this one, the SandBell's going to drop, we're going to catch it. You ever been in those situations where something falls and you need to grab it real quick? You want to teach the body to be ready to be able to catch that object. Two more. One more. Okay, now that we've caught it with 2 hands, let's switch and catch it with 1 hand. So we're just going to lift, release, and catch. I like the SandBell for this because every time I grab it, I can have a different amount of sand that I grab. I grab it over the rim and catch it right in the middle. There we go. Okay, let's practice some lunge movements. So lunge by definition is step and return. So we're gonna go forward step, drive that SandBell overhead. So forward lunge, overhead reach. Okay, and then we're gonna go side lunge, and we're gonna reach the opposite hand down towards the opposite foot. Okay, and then we're gonna go step back and twist with it. We'll do the same side. Go into the other side. And there you go. There's a 7-minute little loaded mobility, little loaded strength workout that you can do with them. If you haven't got these SandBells, I highly recommend them. One of my favorite tools and one of the simplest things you can have in your home gym. So thank you to Hyperwear SandBell. You've been such a great partner to us for the last 10 years. We love you guys, and keep on moving, baby.